Hey guys, Crystal and Shadow here, back with Steven Universe Future, and this time it's Mr. Universe.
I mean, that's an interesting point. We finally find out where his name came from. I mean, to be fair, we kind of had a feeling, but we thought it was just kind of him being whimsical and making a stage name. But
yeah,
I guess...
I know, he could have just had it as a stage name, but no, he got his name legally changed to Greg Universe.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of get into what we were delving into last episode a bit, where, he's never really had a normal life. I mean, it was foreshadowed from the very beginning because, not only did he never go to school, he grew up with the gems once he got a bit old enough, so,
Yeah, like we saw in the extended intro, they built the house when he was about 5.
Exactly.
So, it's like all those kids who hate rules and they think, oh, when I grow up, I'll let my kids do whatever they want. Oh my god, you know what this
reminds me of? It reminds me of that horrible episode of Wife Swaps we saw. Steven grew up in a van. He never went to school, and his dad thinks he knows what's best when Steven thinks...
Yeah, we saw this episode of Wife Swap where this woman raised her family living in a bus.
And she disdained structure and education to compensate for her own idiocy.
Yeah, she said it all goes back to when she hated how the school system failed her, so she didn't put her kids in school.
And that's exactly what Greg did, except it was more about his home life.
Yeah, and now Steven's realised he wants that. He needed structure.
Exactly.
All that curfew and meatloaf and whatever, he needs structure.
Exactly, that's the thing I love when Greg doesn't realise the way he says, oh, you've got freedoms, but he doesn't realise the concept of too much freedoms. Yeah. Steven's had too much freedoms that he never lived a normal life. He lived in a van, he grew up in that town, he never went to school, although to be fair, there's no school in town. Where does any of the other characters go to school? I guess...
There has to be a school in town. Petey and Ronaldo and everyone else has to go.
I guess, but we never see them talk about school. Sadie never talks about school. Petey never talks about it.
Sadie the could be girls. Out of school.
Still, I don't know how old Sadie and Lars are supposed to be.
Wait, no, we have seen a mention of school. In the episode where Steven was in Lars's body, his parents handed him a report card.
Oh, you're right.
They looked at his report card, and of course Steven doesn't know what the letters mean. He looked at the letters and he's like, that doesn't spell anything.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lars was in school.
I did like this episode a bit more than the ones we've seen, mainly because I kind of missed... It's been so long since we got a Greg backstory episode. Usually they're flashbacks, and I thought at first this was going to be a flashback episode.
I did like that for once they brought back an older song and we heard Dear Old Dad.
Oh yeah, that was like from the episode where he pretended to break his leg.
Yeah. Back then we didn't particularly like the song. I liked hearing it again mostly for nostalgia reasons this time.
I'm getting nostalgic for the early episodes. And as a reminder, I've never rewatched any episodes. So it's so nice to get nostalgia for episodes I've only seen once, and yet I seem to have a decent memory of them, even though some of them were almost a year ago for me. But
well, once we're done, you can rewatch all you want.
I mean, I could rewatch all I want anytime. I've got them.
Yeah, you've got a USB full of everything up to the end of season 5.
Oh no, as if I wanted to rewatch Steven Universe Future anyway. I'll just stop at the movie.
Yeah.
But I suppose we had to watch this for completion's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was still good. I actually liked it because thinking about it, I can't remember the last time we had a flashback episode because usually they're... I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the Greg flashback episodes are also kind of episodes connecting to Steven's mother. And we dropped getting those once we kind of got all the big revelations.
Yeah, once we learned about Pink Diamond.
Exactly.
Yeah, the flashbacks we had were just, there's the one where they met, there's the one where he tried to fuse with her, and there's the one where they babysat Sour Cream.
Yeah, there's also the one where we kind of learn about his old partner as well. I forget, that's probably one of the ones you already mentioned.
Yeah, with Marty, that's the one where they met.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one thing I liked is when they were on their little road trip montage, One place they stopped was Pepe's Burgers, which is the place that used the commercial that made Greg rich.
Oh!
Remember, would you like a burger?
That's a good point.
And another place they stopped, we didn't get it was very zoomed in. A building had a poster of guacola. Greg walked in and walked out. So what I'm thinking is that he walked in, punched Marty, and walked out. That's my theory.
Sure, why not?
It had a poster of guacola. That was the thing he advertised.
But this episode was surprisingly, even though it's still delved, I feel like this one covered the themes of the season a lot better than the other crap.
Yeah, because it's like when Steven said, all this stuff is not because I'm a gem, but because I'm a universe. He's saying part of his problem is that he wasn't raised quite normally.
But he never would have been anyway.
Yeah.
As he was always a gem.
Rose gave birth to him, probably not in a hospital. He probably doesn't even have a birth certificate. He probably doesn't exist to the world.
I don't know.
How is he supposed to enroll in school?
I don't know how his existence works.
He's half alien, for God's sake.
Oh, well, what's the next episode called?
I believe it is called Fragments.
Interesting.
It is the only one left that I don't completely remember. All the rest of them, I remember what they're about based on the name, because I saw the list briefly.
That tells me it's an episode I don't know about either.
Oh, wait, I know what has to happen in that one.
Maybe it is an episode I do know about, but we'll worry about that next time. I'm actually going to give this a 8.5. I'm feeling a bit generous because I was so harsh on the previous ones.
Okay. But I'm going to tell you something. I've led you to believe something, but the truth is, after Growing Pains, I actually did not see the rest of Future. Part of this was a blind reaction.
Wait, what? You've never seen the finale?
I have seen pieces of it. I have seen clips, but not the episode in its entirety.
So
like I've seen a small clip of this episode, but when Dear Old Dad started playing, that was a genuine surprise of, I didn't know they were going to sing this.
So wait, for these last 5 or so episodes, you're for the most part blind, but you know the major plot points.
Yes, so I'm spoiled. I've read the wiki pages, because what happened was, there was no easy way to watch it. The way I was watching it was I was hoping that somebody would upload the episode to YouTube. And they did for the most part. But the problem was, whenever they did, it would get taken down within a few days. That was okay if I watched it as soon as it went up. But from Growing Pains onwards, I was busy one day and forgot to watch it. It got taken down. So I haven't seen the episodes in their entirety. I know what's going to happen because I got desperate and thought, okay, I can't find where to watch this. I'll just read the plot on the wiki to see what happened.
Okay, so you know the plot points, you've just never seen them in action, other than maybe you've seen little clips here and there.
Yes, I've seen clips. I've seen most of the finale. Yeah, I know everything that's going to happen. It's just there are going to be little surprises here and there, like I just mentioned, I didn't know Dear Old Dad
Which will make
playing.
these last few reviews even more interesting because they're surprises and fresh takes.
Yeah. I had not seen this in its entirety, and for the next 5 episodes, I have not actually completely seen them.
I'm feeling generous in giving this an 8.5.
Yeah, I will give it an 8.
All right, then. Well, next episode's Fragments. I might know what's happening.
I'm pretty sure I know what's happening next.
There's only 2 things it could possibly be, and judging from the title, I think it could be one thing I'm thinking, but we'll worry about that next time. Anyway, we'll see you next time for more Steven Universe and other things as well. See you next time, guys.